Hello everyone. So after 15 long seasons, Supernatural's finally concluded with its last episode, Carry On. This show has been near and dear for me for about 4 years now. I know, like I said, 15 years for a lot of people. And my girlfriend and I binged through it like we've been doing it for years. Got taken off Netflix and we had to find alternatives to watch it. We spent a week in New York, and when we got American Netflix, we realized that we could watch it, so we jammed through an entire season in the week that they were there, downloading episodes and watching it on the subway or on the bus when we were going into town and little things like that. And yeah, this was a really heartfelt finale for us. We were both so excited for it. And yeah, without further ado, this is just my review for the finale episode of Supernatural. So let's get into it. So as it says in the title of this video, this will have spoilers in it. I feel like I do need to go into it a little bit to explain all my thoughts about it. But yeah, I did kind of really feel like this was the epilogue to last week's episode. I felt like the penultimate episode was more of a finale in terms of the story for the Winchesters and just God Chuck himself, Jack's legacy, basically everything coming full circle to them in that sense. This is really just, we don't get a whole lot of time with Sam and Dean after defeating Chuck and creating a better world, bringing everything kind of back to a normal that isn't. It never felt like a cop-out where Jack was just able to bring back everyone who lost their way. He was creating a perfect new, it's still starting fresh, but creating just a perfect world that people and monsters alike could live in. And I did really like how we got to see a little bit of that, and just too being able to see a little bit of freedom in Sam and Dean was super nice. Having the puppy and being able to go on runs, and just you could tell that there wasn't anything really weighing them down and weighing them back. They're taking a case that should just be a simple vampire hunt, and it was just really nice kind of for it to go back to almost the season 1 feeling of they're on the road, almost like a monster of the week kind of thing. That's what this episode felt like. It was just really true to the origins of where the show started, and that nostalgic feeling I thought was a really good tone for this episode. It's them going through like the old journals from their dad and finding out what these monsters could be and figuring out a location, and I just really liked it in that way because it was the simple. There's nothing weighing them down, and they're doing something that they love, like I said, without these huge world-ending stakes behind them. They're brothers again on the road, and I did really like that aspect. And like, we've always wanted to see Dean go out in like a blaze of glory, but yeah, Dean does bite the dust of this episode, but he goes out in a very heartfelt way where we all kind of knew that it was coming. This was the life he was going to live, and it was probably going to catch up to him sooner or later, and it does, unfortunately, in this episode. And it was very emotional, and it was a great moment, not just for Dean realizing his fate and realizing where he needed to go, but also too for Sam being able to move on with his life and start the family that he always wanted to, and do all these things, being able to let go and just know that their work on earth was done and they could be in the places that they needed to be and be free. Dean going to heaven and Sam being able to start his family. It was just a very amazing it was about its 10-minute long segment of just the brothers saying, not even really saying goodbye to each other, just kind of, we'll see you one day later. And it was very, like I said, the whole show's been building up to this moment, and like, even though we knew it was gonna happen with Dean, it didn't take away kind of the shock value of it, and it was just sad moments but very heartfelt, and I thought it was an amazing moment. It's probably the best moment that two brothers ever shared on earth together in the show. And from there we get to learn a little bit about what Jack has been doing in heaven, and honestly I think he's doing an amazing job, and it was just amazing ending to the characters where they were able to reconnect with their families, not just relive their golden oldies like it was under Chuck's reign, but Jack really created a place where you were able to explore and meet people and love and just be together with everything that made you happy on earth, and you're basically able to explore it. And Dean gets a lot of this, and I know that if COVID wasn't a thing, they would have been able to show a whole lot of characters and just have heaven like super crowded with amazing things, and who knows how different it could be. But I know that took away from some of the impact and some amazing moments that the show could have done with this scene, but you know that Dean is driving around, going to all these places, meeting all the people who helped them on earth, all the people he cared about, tried to save and loved. That's what he was doing, and just having that feeling in my head and being able to place it all together, it doesn't take away from not actually them being able to film it due to COVID restrictions for me. I just thought it was absolutely brilliant, and it was the true ending that Dean deserved. And of course, like I said, Sam gets his family, and after a long and very happy life, he shows up in heaven right with Dean, and they share an amazing moments on the bridge, just knowing that the whole family's together. They're able to visit their parents, Bobby, Rufus, like all the characters that just help make this show absolutely amazing, and so many memories. And just knowing that they're all under Jack's care in a heaven that really cares for them and allows them to be free, like truly free, a feeling that they never ever really had in their lives, is something truly amazing. And it's the ending that these characters deserved. And I really don't think that they could have ended the storylines better for these characters. Like, I felt Endgame did an amazing job giving endings to the Marvel characters, and this was almost like that level of events, or same feelings and happiness I get from seeing Captain America's ending and both Sam and Dean's. It was just fantastic, and it made me very, very happy, and it's really fitting and respectful to the characters. It's what they deserved. Just the whole montage of Kansas's wayward son playing while Dean's driving and going through Sam's life was just really heartfelt and touching, to a song that's brought so much to the show. To have it play during, I mean, having the episode called Carry On, I think we all knew that that's where we're gonna get a montage scene like this, and they just did a fantastic job nailing upon that. And the show has always been so amazing at wrapping everything up, and they did that in the finale. There's nothing lingering in my head as to what happens to all of these other characters. Where are they? They even bring back a character from like one of the earlier seasons, one of the vampires, to knock them off really quickly and just put them off the table. They just wrap everything up. No questions left unanswered in my mind, which is always a really good feeling when it comes to a finale. It's just, you know, that they're in heaven, they're together, and they're doing amazing things. Castiel and Jack are creating an amazing life for everyone who gets the chance to come to heaven. Rowena is doing her thing in hell, like little things like that. And yeah, just, it's one of the best finales in the sense that really there is nothing out there lingering. It's just wrapped everything up, both in terms of Earth, where the Winchester sons are, just everything went together so perfect. And this is truly one of the best TV finales that I have ever seen, and it is something that I'm going to hold with me for a long time, not just in the sense that how much I loved it, but just how great it was for the characters. It was an absolutely amazing ending to a fantastic series. It made me shed some tears, it made me happy, it made me smile, laugh, just it had everything absolutely in it. It had really nostalgic feeling to it, and even though like there were these really sad moments, the characters did get what they deserved in the end, and it was very happy. It was a true to what Supernatural was in every single sense, where it separated the brothers, but they come back together because that's what they're destined for. They're destined to be in heaven together and be connected to everyone that they saved, tried to save, and just cared about. And like Castiel said, these two brothers, Sam and Dean, are the epitome of just goodness in the world, and the fact that they got just the most amazing ending for not just the brothers, but everyone in their lives who was doing exactly what they were doing, making certain people could live in safety and peace, and even too, if they lost a lot of things, that they could live with it, live with their loss, and carry on and do all these amazing things with their lives after the fact of having so much loss, while the brothers are carrying so much too. It's just their work is done, and it wrapped everything up. And with all this taken together, it's just, like I said, one of the best finales ever. I'm not going to take any points away off for them not being able to include a bunch of characters in heaven because of the restrictions, because you just know in your head they're going around and just having amazing meetings and times with the people on Earth that they loved. So I'm giving the Supernatural series finale a 10 out of 10. It was literally just perfect in every single sense of the word, and it's gonna be really tough for me to find a series ending, or even sometimes like a movie series ending, that I'm going to just feel completely satisfied with, in the same way that I feel completely satisfied with the ending of Supernatural. So in the comments, please let me know what all of you thought about the series finale of Supernatural, what your favorite moment from the entire series is. This is the first time I've actually really talked about it on my channel. I mentioned it sometimes on my Twitch or my video game playthroughs on YouTube, but I'm so down to talk about this show forever and ever, because it does hold that spot near and dear in my heart. But yeah, please let me know your thoughts in the comments. And of course, if you like this video, you can check out all of my other videos that I do on this channel: TV reviews, movie reviews, video game playthroughs, through my playlist down below. You can also subscribe and turn the little ringer on if you want to know when I upload new videos. But if you haven't checked out this series, please do. Sorry for spoiling everything for you, but I put the warning up there. And yeah, definitely really check out Supernatural and check out the finale, because it is just greatness throughout the entire 15 seasons, and it's just big congrats to the cast and crew. You did an amazing job throughout this entire series, and I'm really gonna miss it, but it's always here for me to watch, and yeah, just thank you.